Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for sharing your energy with me today. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jane. I am a psychic and an energy intuitive. And on this channel, we connect with energies and bring messages to provide assistance with insight, guidance, education, truth, and confirmations. It's to help guide you on your soul's path. All of our sessions are timeless. So whenever you find this, it's the right time. And don't try to force anything. If the message fits, you will know intuitively. And with that, let the magic begin. I had received quite a few downloads today. So I'm going to begin with those because I get a pre-download if you're new here. I will read the pre-download that I have gotten and any visions that I had seen during my meditation to do this reading. And with that, we'll just see how the cards play out. And okay, I'm just going to begin with that. So the people that this reading is for, you're somebody that is highly intuitive. You have a connection to the unseen realms. You're hardworking. You work well with others. You're family oriented. You're selfless. You have selflessness. You probably have sacrificed a lot over during the years of your life. Although though there's a big transition period and it's some kind of major change is moving towards you. And I don't know if it's because you are trying like a new way of living and you're leaving some kind of old ways behind. I mean, that could be for, like, you just changed your diet or an exercise program or spiritual program. I'm not really sure. From what I'm getting here though, I really believe that you're going to have some kind of positive events that are coming, some kind of good luck and prosperity and abundance. Also, the reading here is the downloads that I've been getting are about you're somebody that you have a need for honesty and discernment. I think like with leaving whatever behind, it's some type of healing that you've been working through. And you're looking deeper to uncover the truth. And you're being advised, though, while you're doing that, you need to try to have some kind of balance with your transparency and your empathy. So you could be somebody that is like helping other people awaken, even if it is just in small ways, by pointing out how it's okay to buy American products if you live in Canada, because it's like this big weird thing going on now. um like it's okay, like, to have that kind of mindset. It's odd. So even just doing things like that, like, it really does make a difference in the world. Really, it helps plant seeds in people. Now also, I was getting the heavy air and water elements. And remember, like, when we're talking about the elements, we're talking about like the air is like your thinking and the water is like your intentions. So I think they're just trying to advise you to um not allow external things to um influence you in a negative way, or allow people to have like negativity. You don't have to participate in that. Like, you don't have to participate in the things that are going on around the world. You can just, go, yeah, 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 and walk away from it and just go like meditate or read a book or something. You know what I mean? They're advising at this time to about your grounding practices and doing those, like, because I believe that whoever this is for, some of you that this is for, this is going to be some kind of activation for you. And I don't know how this is going to work for you, because we all have activations. I believe there's an activation here for me as well. So they're mentioning about having like that inner peace. So when you're getting higher into your spiritual thinking and more of a alignment with the universe, it's the importance of grounding is even more important now, because when you're in those higher realms, it's important to have that deep grounding. So you can do that grounding by writing, like journaling, meditation, or like just spending time in nature. So with that, that's pretty much the downloads that I got from spirit. Now, they mentioned to me, um, okay, they don't want me to talk about that. Okay, that's fine. So the visions that I had today while I was doing my meditation, I had a vision of this deck here. Actually, it was the Divine Masters deck is what this is called. And but they showed me a picture of him, and I didn't even know that this was in this deck, because this is a brand new deck. I think I've only used it one other time. I don't even actually know if I've used it any other time, maybe once. Anyhow, they showed me his face, and I'm like, how am I going to like find this face? Like, what does his face mean? But then I was shuffling this deck and getting it ready for this reading, and this card came out, and Kuan Yin came out, and then this card was at the bottom. So spirit asked me to keep these all out. So that's why they are out like this. And then I had a vision of the hand position, which indicated that they wanted this deck. So the position of the hand that I saw, it was somebody doing like some kind of meditation or something, and I could just see their hand position, but it was basically like this. Okay, I'm trying to recreate it because I've never seen this before, but it was like this, the hand position. So I was like, oh, okay. So I assumed they wanted this deck. So I brought that out. They were going to ask me actually to take this card, pull one out and set it aside and read it at the very end. So there's a big message in this for us. I don't know what it is though. The other thing that I saw in my visions, I saw an eagle, a pelican, an anchor. And that's what they asked me to bring the anchor out. And that anchor, I believe that's that grounding that they want us to remember. Now, the other thing too is I saw ducks, rabbit, ant, an ant, yes, and a crow. And the ant was by itself, the crow was by itself, the rabbit was by itself, the eagle and the pelican was by itself. So I don't know exactly what that means, like why they were by themselves. Anyway, with that, we're going to move on. And I am going to pull one of these cards, like I said, and Spirit actually wants these. So we're going to put these here. Okay, and we're going to keep the anchor here. I don't know if you can see that on film or not, Spirit. I don't know. Okay, let me move this deck away. Okay, so I'm going to pull out one of these cards here. And let me just split it here. I don't even know if that hand position is in this deck of cards, but we'll see. Spirit has me do some pretty miraculous things at times here. I consider them to be very magical, actually. Ooh. Okay, Spirit, anytime here. What's the card you want us to... Okay, they're asking me to cut the deck, so I'll do that on camera. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's like... Oh, okay. But okay. I don't know what that means. Okay, so let's pull this aside here. So we're just going to put that there. Mahadrik Mudra? Mahadrik Mudra? I don't know what that means. Okay. Like I said, they're going to have me read that later. Now, you know, this card here, this Guru Ram Daz or whatever, this is a new deck. So I don't really, and this is a new deck too. I don't really know these cards very well. You know, they're saying that harmony surrounds you, expect miracles. And that was like when I was getting those downloads, they were talking about like this good luck, some kind of prosperity, some kind of abundance is coming for you. So I don't know, some kind of miracle, something that I think you've been trying to manifest into your life. I think that it's coming because there's been some kind of big change going on within you. And then open channel, this is like where you're able to connect to spirit. So you could be seeing like signs and downloads and like getting codes and sacred information, and maybe you're not really aware, so maybe that's something that you might need to pay attention to. Like you could be seeing perhaps, you know, like repeated numbers or repeated you know, maybe it just looks like the same bird or the same butterfly that just keeps showing up like every day at the same time or whatever. So spirit is asking you to take that time to reflect on those things, and it will help open up your channel to spirit and help you get those downloads that they're talking about, those signs. They want you to spend a little bit of time uh, contemplating those, I guess. And then the Kuan Yin card here is enlightened action. So choose compassion and move forward with grace. And that's what they were talking about earlier in my pre-download, about how the healing and having that empathy and like having that balance and transparency and having that empathy as like when you're delivering, like, and they were even talking about like when I was talking about earlier about like maybe you're somebody that is trying to help enlighten people by just dropping little pieces of information here and there, and we call those like, planting seeds in people. So, and then I just noticed that she's holding this flower here. So I think they're saying that when you do that, because you're, a little bit more enlightened than other people, you have to always make sure, well, you don't have to, but it would be the loving thing to do, is to do that with grace and with some compassion and empathy for that person that you could be triggering or creating fear and anxiety in them. So you have to use a little bit of that empathy and compassion for them. Okay, spirit, now what? Okay. This card here. Okay. They're asking me to bring out an animal oracle. So I'm going to do that. Rats on the bottom. Yeah, rats are very family oriented too. Okay. Okay, spirit. So I don't know what kind of transitional period that you've been going through that's brought some kind of major change. Now, they did bring up about how changing your thinking or you're moving past something. Oh, sheep, look at that. Act with fortitude and cooperation. And that's just basically like that ant, because ants, like, they all work together for a single purpose, right? Archangel Gabriel and hope. That's it, using that compassion too. And you know what? I'm pretty sure that this blue rose is about some kind of activation. Let me just grab that book for a moment here. Here we go. What is it? Sheep? Oh. Just a moment. My dog is trying to get in. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. So they're saying here that to enter through Archangel Gabriel's high frequency portal of Mount Shasta, Like all creatures from the star cluster, they carry the symbol of the 33-petaled blue rose right there in their auras. So they and their products carry healing energy with Christ's light. And that's what I was talking about, like that healing, that, that's bringing this change. Okay. Through sheep, Archangel Hope touches people with optimism and helps them to keep their spirits high so that they can aspire to achieve the full potential. It is a noble service that enables these gentle animals to bear their current conditions on earth with fortitude. Sheep choose to live in flocks because they know that they can act together. They can do their service work of spreading healing to pastures and people more effectively. They work symbiotically for the highest good. And that's what I was talking about, that you could be somebody that's like dropping all these seeds. And that, you know what I mean? Like, and that you could work together with other people. Maybe you're somebody that is going to, maybe that's what that change is going to be. Maybe you're going to start working with other people that are doing the same thing. Okay. Your guidance today is to cooperate with others. Realize that together you can accomplish greater things than if you work alone. Your aspirations can more easily be fulfilled if you act from the heart and the right brain. The right brain is where they talk about, that's where you connect with the light. Okay. So when they're mapping your brain, that's where all your activity is, when you're connecting with in a higher realm. And that's what I even brought up, that I believe that you have connection to the unseen realms. Okay. Where was I? Okay. So open your heart today and listen to your inner wisdom. Visualize your goal being achieved with love, happiness, and joy. Whether it is acting in harmony with your family and friends or working as a team with your colleagues, the outcome will be satisfying for all. Be kind, calm, and centered. Oh, it's funny that they brought up the center too, because they were talking about being balanced. It is through sacrificing self and personal ambition that everyone will win, with a flame of hope will ignite within you. And I even mentioned in the early download, the pre-download, about that you have sacrificed lots. Spirit. All right. Is there anything else? Deer on the bottom again, that's like high connection to spirit. Well, trust in the support of the universe, Archangel Michael, and faith. Yeah, no joke. Look, rat again on the bottom. Okay, Spirit, is there anything else in here? Okay, no. Yeah, oh, look. And I split it on that panda. Oh, and then I shoved it back in. Dang. Look, and panda has that blue rose too. Look at that. And it's stay balanced in your essence. No joke. The two roses, I didn't even realize that was there. So you're somebody that's really, yeah, you're really connecting with spirit. You have all those blue roses going on, which is really, really good. So they want me to bring out another animal oracle here. Okay, and Dolphin, when I pulled this deck out, Dolphin was on the bottom when I finished shuffling it all, and now I'm looking, Dolphin's back on the bottom. My vulnerability encourages connection with others. I express myself so I can be seen and understood. Yeah, and that's exactly, because if you can't be seen or understood, it's splitting here, then you can't plant those seeds. It's splitting. On crow, spirit. Guidance of the crow. I use my voice powerfully to speak out with integrity. And that's what they were talking about, this like doing this with grace when you're talking to people, and you're putting, like, oh my God, and Gaia, the guidance from Gaia is right underneath that. Spirit. Wow. I am divine union with Gaia's guidance. I explore my untamed nature to be of service to the world. Yeah, because doing that is actually a service to the world. Wow, Spirit. Okay, I'm just going to set that aside. I'm not sure if they want that card out. I don't know. I'm setting it aside. Is there anything else in here, Spirit? I don't know what this card is here. No, parrot. No. Okay, I don't think there's anything else. Whoa, this card's like flying around here. Okay, let me shuffle it one more time just to see here. Make sure that there's nothing left here. Okay, Spirit, is there anything else here? I said look at the bottom. Peacock, I celebrate my natural beauty. Yeah, because you found all that you need within you. Very good, Spirit. Thank you. Okay. But the crow, the crow, they are very spiritual and magical birds. They're considered like messengers in almost every culture. They're considered, they could be considered, now in some cultures, the crow is considered a negative thing, like a bad omen. But for this reading, it's not. They're considered different things. Like they could be considered magic, bad omens. But for this reading, they're considered positive. Just because of all the downloads that I got today, this is like a very positive type energy that's going on here. So they're asking me to bring out this deck here. Oh my goodness, on the bottom, spiritual practice, and that's what they were just talking about earlier, because they're like that grounding, how important it is for that grounding, and that you can do that grounding by journaling, meditating, or just spending time in nature. You could even be sitting under the stars. Even making time for your spiritual practice will assist you with clearing your mind and restoring your inner peace. Yeah, and see, and they're talking about that inner peace again. Now see, with Kuan Yin too. I don't know why I want to keep saying that. Weird. With this card coming out, this tells me that, you know what I mean? Like, don't allow, like when you're like planting those seeds with people, don't allow their negativity or whatever they're talking about to pollute your environment. Like you can just, agree, nod very nicely and say, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. And then don't allow it to like stick to you. You know what I mean? Okay. And this card here, that's basically talking about how, the harmony surrounds you, and to expect the miracles. So that's just, don't let people like get into your psyche, and like maybe you have a vision of, some kind of dream that you've had, and you want to bring that to fruition. Look at that, because it's a divine plan and synergy. Wowzers. Your soul has a master blueprint in your life path that it holds within it. It will never steer you in the wrong direction. Yeah, that's that intuition. It will not steer you in the wrong synergy. That's number 16. Okay. Blending together all of our talents helps you to create an energy signature that holds within it your authentic creative expression. And that's, that's what, like, coming right out underneath here. And he's talking about how like your visions and your dreams, like don't let anybody taint that. And here it is here, like blending together all of your talents. Yeah. Spirit. Okay. And the divine plan. And look, seeing that's the divine plan. Your soul has a master blueprint, and that's what these signs and codes and downloads that they're doing here. And that comes right out underneath. Spirit. Look, untapped inner power. And that's right here in enlightened action. You are getting ready to experience great power from within yourself. Oh, Spirit. Is there anything else here? You want another card? Okay. Oh my God, look, and I split it on soul's purpose. Something exciting is on the horizon, for you if you follow your passion. And that's what I was talking about, like following your dreams and your visions, and don't let anybody dissuade you from that. Also, and I said that something major was coming. There's been some kind of transition here, and something major is coming. It's like a new way of life or something. And see, I noticed that this card is number 49. Then you have number 50 right there. So it's like, you're going to the next. Something exciting is on the horizon for you if you follow your passions. That's your dreams. They were, Shining Star came out again too. Okay. Okay, Spirit, you want to spit one out here? Okay, they're going to have me pull one out here. They're asking me to pull out this card here. Divine intervention, no joke. Get ready for a miracle. So you have expect miracles here, and then it comes right here. Get ready for a miracle. You are in the midst of divine intervention. This is that these downloads and stuff. This is this upgrade that they're talking about. This is this activation that they're talking about today. And you notice, like, it's like these portholes like that they're showing here. Oh, Spirit. Yeah. And then this, I was trying to pick up the deck and I only picked up part of it. And it's saying freedom of choice. Your choices are yours to make. Don't allow others to make your choices for you. Again, that's that one here about your visions and your dreams. Okay. Very good, Spirit. What else? I don't hear. Stuck here. Okay. Okay, this deck here, I pulled this one out, and the air one kept coming out. Oh my goodness, look, this is the fire one. This is the one that was on the top when I started. Fire Guardian, your desires are not unholy. See, and then they're talking about like the elements too. So they were talking about the air element, which is your thinking, which is like your dreams and your visions. And then they're talking about the water element, which is your intentions. So that's with you like actually working towards whatever it is you're trying to manifest, putting that into action basically. And the fire, it would be more like your will. Look, and Water Guardian's right underneath it. There's Water Guardian here. Okay, they're going to pull one out. I don't know which one. Okay, Spirit. Well, and the fire one's on the bottom yet again. Okay, I'm going to take that because it keeps coming out. Fire Guardian. Your desires are not unholy. You are being encouraged to connect with the energy of desire and ignite your passions. As long as what you desire doesn't cause harm or danger to any living being, your desires are not unholy. Express yourself, play, and be untamed. For allowing these raw and authentic aspects of yourself to come to the surface also allows the universe to see you in all your glory. The activation, I ignite the fire of my passions and let it roar. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Let it roar because of the sheep. There's something more in this book that they want. Uh, oh, there it is. Didn't know what book this was. Fire Guardian, right? Fire Guardian. Okay, the guidance here. That's what they want us to know. You have been discouraged from being your whole self because it hasn't been convenient for those around you. Again, that's don't let the whatever that external influence, because they brought that up twice. Like this, that's what this card is here. Like, don't let anybody like taint your ideas or anything. And then this one here is about the same thing, about like when you're um there's a little blurb in the, oh my gosh. I don't know where that book is. It's this one. Okay. Yeah, don't be pulled into the negativity of other people. So Quan Yin, Yin. Why do I keep calling it Quan Yin? It's weird. I keep saying that. Quan Yin. She here, this card here is talking about how don't let that negativity affect your life. And that's what this is, because they're repeating this message. So you might have somebody around you that is, or a situation even, that is like very negative, and they're trying to push their thoughts and feelings onto you, and they're just saying like, you just don't even have to allow that to be part of, they can have their opinion. That's okay. That's all good. Okay, so what is it saying? This one here, this is what we were reading, the Fire Guardian. You have been discouraged from being your whole self because it hasn't been convenient for those around you. But that doesn't mean you should repress who you are. Given the right space and circumstances, begin tending to the flames of your passion in order to come into greater alignments with the energy of spirit. If you've had to smother those flames in order to confirm being, begin to reignite them so that you can be the brighter, warmer, and most loving version of yourself furthermore. And that's what it is, like dimming your light. When people do that, it dims your light because it makes you tend to, get into that negative mindset. That judgment, that people are judging you, and it kind of makes you pull away your energy. What is this? Hathor. Yeah. Hathor. Oh, I don't know what this one is. Ka. This one's spirit. I don't know what that is. There another one here? I have no idea what that is. I have to look that up too. Holy. I've never used this. Number 45. Okay, the key ideas is soul, astral, and doppelganger. Oh my goodness. Ancient Egyptians believed that Ka represented the astral self. This is the doppelganger or double of the living person. In most myths, it was considered very bad luck to meet one's doppelganger in real life, as it denoted the separation of spirit from body. However, the astral self is said to travel short distances when the individual is asleep. Though the consciousness would view the world through the astral self, at such times rather than through the physical sleeping body. The Egyptians believed that the Ka only left the body permanently upon death. And that's your soul. I mean, that's what they're talking about, your spirit. This card represents your twin self, your soul. Just said that. It suggests that you should tend to your more spiritual side and commune with its higher self, perhaps via meditation or yogic practices. You know what? And that's what I was just saying about the meditation, about helping to keep your peace. Okay, so what message is your higher self trying to communicate? Do you need more rest? Are you taking steps to live your dreams? I'm not kidding. It keeps coming back. You're supposed to be doing something. Maybe you're going to be opening a business, or I don't know. You got some, like, I don't know. You got some dreams or something that they keep coming. They keep bringing up about your dreams and your visions, and don't let anybody stop you from them. And don't allow this negative type energy that is around you to infect you. Okay, you are just plodding along. Or are you just plodding along? Yeah, like you can just, like, keep clogging along with life, or you can actually do something about it. That's that action they were talking about. The Ka card comes to remind you to face the world for what it is and to embrace it in all its variety. Do not wait for circumstances to be perfect before you go after what you want, because Ka reminds you that life is short. Live it well every day. Do not move through the world as the ghost of yourself. And that is, like, basically don't allow anything, because you've been dimming your light. Wow, spirit. Wowzers. That's been quite the reading here. Okay, all these different decks. Okay, so they want me to read this card here. And I don't ever know where to really put the cards. They just kind of guide me on where to put them. And it will have something to do. And it's like divine plan here, this divine intervention, the open channel, and the enlightened action. So this is, and then it has the miracles, and the miracles kind of like, oh, spirit. Now, these cards actually have more meaning to them, but they don't want those now. What's this one here? Okay, card. I need to find the book. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's funny too with this reading today, because on my daily thing here, I share my good, and life brings me even more good to share. And it has like the two horses together, head to head, and then it has the two sheep, like, you know what I mean? That's that connection. That's that. Wow, spirit. Okay, so let's find this one. I don't know. I think these are in alphabetical order. Okay. It really would be nice if they would just number them. I keep saying that, but okay, here we go. This is Sacred Feminine. Is that the same one that's on the bottom of this? No. Okay. It's called Great Triangle. It's a water element. Sacral chakra. Healthy emotions. Assists fertility. Balances feminine energies. And I was talking about that balancing. And you know how they're talking about, they're saying here, I don't know how to say that word. It's this word here that's on the card. Is Sanskrit for great triangle. And it's funny too, because they had, when they're talking about the triangle, because they had me do like this, like with my hands, they showed me like this great triangle thing. That was freaky. Okay, what do you want me to read here, spirit? Okay, there's an affirmation here. The rose scent of love cradles all of me in care and tenderness. Oh, and they're talking about that rose again. That's 3 times they brought up the rose. I breathe in its fragrance. I heal and release. That is that moving forward, that letting go stuff and moving into a new thing here. Okay, so what is it that you want me here? Okay, regardless of gender or how you identify, this card awakens the sacred feminine within and brings harmony and softness to your base centers. This is a time of deep emotional healing. The presence of this card, this word here, mudra, in your reading today assures you that a cellular rebalancing of vibration and energy is taking place in your body, spirit, because that's what they were talking about, like all these downloads, and this is going to be like an activation. So they're just explaining like what's going on. Like you could be going through like all kinds of emotional upheaval, because I did talk about like that healing. I almost said heaving. That's weird. I don't know what's going on with my words today. Okay, so this Mahatrika is calling you to release past hurts. Gently reflect, and that's right here with the grace. That's what they're talking about. Like use that grace for yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Gently reflect on those memories and begin the process of understanding and transformation. Send loving kindness to yourself and others to seed the bud of new hope. Not even kidding, because I was talking about how like you're how the seeds, how you're using seeds to you're planting seeds into other people because you're more advanced than them. Oh, spirit. Whoa. And you remember this card came out in the very beginning. Well, other than those ones, but wow. You are moving through a time of inner growth and learning. This knowledge will be of great help to you and others in future. In future. Honor the sacred moment when secrets are revealed. And I was talking about, oh my God, spirit. And I was actually talking about how you have a need for honesty and discernment and to look deeper to uncover the truth while you're balancing transparency and empathy. Wow, spirit. You are moving through a time of inner growth and learning. Knowledge would be a great help. Okay. Honor the sacred moment when secrets are revealed. You are surrounded by angelic help as you bring tenderness and care to parts of yourself that need them. In your healing work, visualize a blossoming rose. And there's that rose. They keep talking about the rose. Okay. Breathe in its fragrance and embrace this period of unearthing and awakening. Oh my goodness, spirit. That is absolutely amazing. Woo! Okay. And then, of course, Gaia is all about that I am divine union with Gaia's guidance. I explore my untamed nature to be service to the world. And again, that talks about that seed planting. Oh my gosh. Okay, Spirit, is there anything else? They said no. Okay, so with that, I'm just going to close the reading. So thank you, everyone, for taking your time. If you've made it to the end, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, the heart button if you're on TikTok, or and sharing if you wouldn't mind, and spread the word, because a lot of people really do need this guidance at this time. You know, a lot of people don't understand a lot of what's going on around them, and any assistance that we can help share and send around the world would be really good. So, you know, that they keep bringing up, like, you know, notice like it's round here, it's round here, it's round there. So with that, Spirit, I'm going to just close this reading. And to everyone out there in the collective, I hope you find this to be helpful, and hopefully you're getting your own activations from this, just as I've been activated today with this reading. And with that, I'm going to send you love and light.